Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give our praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and Karkwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just another lesson through the Spirit. Going into a little history on the guillotine, which is a French word named after this guy by the name of Joseph Engais Guillotine, which was a French physician, a politician, and a Freemason. How interesting, right? I actually wanted to go into this information on my last video, but it kind of slipped my mind. I got distracted. But that's how the Spirit worked, because that way, I could just take that idea and turn it into another video. And that's how we edify, which is to build, right? So I was doing a little research on guillotines, and I came across this old video
and about his evil
going back to 2013. It says FEMA camps in the end of America in Pensacola, Florida. Retired FBI agent Ted Gunderson, and the elders and the apostles know about this guy, tells a gathering of anti-government patriots. And pretty much he was breaking down on how under this Obama's administration that they was going to roll out this plan, which we know Obama has come, he's came and left office. He did 2 terms. And you may say, well, that didn't come to pass because clearly this didn't happen on Obama's watch. But if you pay attention to everything that was passed under the Obama administration, giving cops full immunity, being able to declare international martial law, being able to extradite people from different countries so they can serve Fed time. I mean, Obama has passed a lot of laws and a lot of mandates under the executive orders of the elites bankers. And a lot of people, it went unnoticed. Okay, a lot of people just thought he was just a brown-skinned man in a monkey suit. No, they had a term say that Obama was actually America's last president, because next you got Donald Trump. And then you had Joe Biden, which that was basically an extension of the Obama administration. But now you have this guy by the name of Donald Trump, which we believe is Nero coming back in the reincarnation. And I mean, he takes the cake when it comes to draconianism, all right, which goes into harsh or severe, which we are entering into a time of harsh mandates being forced upon the people at gunpoint, man. All right, so I'm not going to play this video. It's two hours long. But basically, I'm going to do this here so you brothers can see it. I typed in guillotines and FEMA camps, and it popped up sermon audio. Obama's feds have about 30,000 guillotines and FEMA camps, which when they do the fact checkers, they write it off as false. But who's fact checking the fact checkers, right? But anyway, this video came up with this particular podcast, a sermon. It's about 2 hours long, and I mean, it wasn't a bad listen. I didn't listen to all of it, but he's going into some deep information on what the so-called deep state, which we know as the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, okay, the elite bankers, which we call them out by name, all right? We don't go into all that abbreviated shit or the deep state or this and this and that, like Alex Jones and Redacted. They say the deep state because they can't come out and say the Rockefellers or Rothschilds because they're being paid off by these people, you see? They're paying their salaries because they're a controlled opposition. But we can come out and say it because we don't owe an allegiance to the elites. All right. But anyway, for any inspiration for ideas, type in guillotine FEMA camps and go all the way to the bottom, just depending on your algorithms. And there you go. All right. But anyway, I want to go into a little history on the guillotine. And I got like 2 videos I'm going to play, and a couple of precepts, and that'll be that, to show you how real this thing is getting ready to get. But it says a guillotine is an apparatus designed for efficiently carrying out executions by beheading. Now, the scriptures goes into the elect, or some of the saints, being beheaded for a testimony and a witness unto Yahweh Shai, okay, for not basically giving in to the mandates of the society, because there's going to come a time that they're going to force that MOTB by gunpoint. But you will have to make a conscious decision. And based on the decision you make, if you redact on it, they may say, well, you know what? They'll starve you out. You have no semblance in society. You're basically an outcast, like they showed you in Demolition Man. They went to living underground because they didn't opt into the New World Order. And then those they may just flat out just put to death. Okay? But it says here the device consists of a tall upright frame and a weighted and angle bladed suspension at the top. Hence the illustration here. Now I'm assuming they're more modernized now. I'm assuming they could be ran over like off computers or some type of Wi-Fi, some type of computer. I'm assuming, but you're gonna have an execution like they show you in those old movies during the time of the Dark Ages. The executioner here be this dude with no shirt on, with a black bag over his head to cover his face, and he'll slice the cord and come down and it chops your head off. Or sometimes the executioners, they'll just chop your heads off themselves, man. All right. But it says the condemned person is secured with the pillory at the bottom of the frame, holding the position of the neck directly below the blade. It says the blade is then released, swiftly and forcefully decapitating the victim with a single clean pass. The head falls into a basket or other receptacle as below. It says the guillotine is best known for its use in the French or France, particularly during the French Revolution, where the revolution supporters celebrated it as the people's avenger, and the revolution's opponents vilified as it was the preeminent symbol of the violence of the reign of terror. It says, while the same name guillotine dates from this period, similar devices have been used elsewhere in Europe and over several centuries. It reads the use of the oblique, or it says the oblique blade and the pillory-like restraint device set this type of guillotine apart from others, but the display of several heads had long been one of the most common ways of European sovereigns exhibited their power to their subjects. It says the design of the guillotine was intended to make a capital punishment more reliable and less painful in accordance with the new Enlightenment ideas of human rights. But prior to the use of the guillotine, France had inflicted manual beheadings, right, like I was saying, and a variety of methods of execution, many of which were more gruesome and required a high level of precision and skill to carry out successfully, because sometimes you would miss the particular what's the name of that particular stem, that spinal stem that severs the head from the neck. If you're not a expert in it, you can literally hit the person in the back of the head and their head don't come out. And I mean that's torture in itself. Somebody's willing to axe upside your head, man. So they created an instrument to make it more precise and quick. Because according to Apostle Gabar's video with Tex Morris, and there was another video that he did on the, I think she was an ex-Satanist as well that died. She was basically stating that they're going to have to do this quick. Okay. But it says here, after his adoption, the device remained France's standard method of judicial execution until the abolition of capital punishment in 1981. Because remember, they was hanging people too. And hang your ass from the gallows and your neck break. It says the last person to be executed by a government via guillotine was on September 10th, 1977 in France. All right, but they're bringing these back in a new way, because I mean, if you look at some of these machines, man, they're not too far out of date. It says etymology. It says for a period of time after its invention. It says the guillotine was called the Louisette. It says here, the Louisette. It says, however, it was named after French physician and Freemason, Joseph Engains Guillotine, who proposed on the 10th of October in 1789 the use of a special device to carry out executions in France in a more humane manner. Ain't nothing humane about getting your fucking head cut off. But it says a death penalty opponent, he was displeased with the breaking will and other common, more grisly methods of execution, and sought to persuade Louis of France to implement Louis the 16th of France to implement a less painful alternative. It says, while not the device inventor, guillotine's name ultimately became an eponym for it, but contrary to the popular myth, guillotine did not die by guillotine, but rather natural causes. All right. So that's a little history on that. Brothers want to look it up, but this is an instrument that they're going to use to bring back mass execution for those that oppose the New World Order. All right. Going back into Germany here, the Weimar Republic from 1919 and 1933, which the German Empire from 1871 and 1918. It says the guillotine, axe, and the firing squad were legal methods of execution during the era of the German Republic. And if you notice, Donald Trump was talking about those things, bringing about the firing squads and all that other stuff, guillotines. And this is why a lot of people compare DJ Trump to Hitler, you know? And then some people comparing him to like an antichrist, or which he is an anti-Hamashiach, which they all are. There's no such thing as the antichrist, but wow, says Germany used the guillotine between 1933 and 1945 to execute 16,500 prisoners, 10,000 of them in 1944 and 45 alone. Damn, they beheaded 10,000 people in 1 year. All right. So yeah, I can very well see them using this, man. Look here, it says in the United States, Georgia State Representative Doug Tepper unsuccessfully sponsored a bill to replace the state's electric chair with the guillotine. Wow, so he wanted to bring that back. Wow, that's crazy. It says ever since guillotine's first use, there have been debate as to whether or not the guillotine provided a swift and painless death, as Guillotine had hoped. For previous methods of execution that were intended to be painful, a few expressed concern about level of suffering that they have inflicted. But however, because the guillotine was invented specifically to be more humane, the issues of whether or not the condemned experiences pain have been thoroughly examined, and it remains a controversial topic. It says certain eyewitness accounts of guillotine execution suggest anecdotally that awareness may persist momentarily after decapitation, although there is no scientific consensus to the matter. Which, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of in the air, because usually once your head gets severed from your body, you know, the spirit departs immediately upon death. But still, you know, I also read that the brain can actually experience some form of life up until like a few seconds to like a couple of minutes after death. So, I mean, who knows, man? You can't ask the person that was beheaded, did this shit hurt? Because the motherfucker's dead, you see? But, I mean, you know, the Lord, the Lord is in control of all things. Shit, the Lord can keep your spirit hovering in that brain for 15, 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And you can feel all that shit. So it just depends. But ideally, it is a quick, painless death. But, you know, it takes time for the brain to process shit. But who knows, man? But either way it go, this is coming back, man. And we already speculated, they've already mentioned that they have 30,000 guillotines in these concentration camps. And you already have over 800 FEMA camps in America. So what's 30,000 guillotines? Shit, you can have at least 6 guillotines per concentration camp, man. You know, if I'm doing the math correctly, which I'm probably not, but who cares? You get the point. Anyway, let's get a precept real quick. Go back to Revelation 20 and 4. And it says here, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, right? So it says beheaded. Okay, now when you go into beheaded, it's common sense. It means your head is basically being severed from the rest of your body. All right, so reading this in the New Living Testament, let's see what it says here. It says, and then I saw thrones and the people sitting on them, having beginning authority to judge. And I saw the souls of those who have been beheaded for their testimony about Yahushua and for proclaiming the word of Yahweh. It says, they had not worshipped the beast or his statue, nor accepted his mark on their foreheads or in their hands. And they all came to life again, and they reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. So it's not too far off, but the point is, beheadings is coming back in a big way. Because how can you quickly depose of people unless you bring back the firing squad? Which in a firing squad, you can eliminate a group of people. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot up let's say you had 15 people in the line. You had about 6 soldiers. You can execute 15, 20 people within seconds, but that takes a lot of bullets. Then you got gas torchings or gas bombings, or you could throw people in incinerators. All types of cruel instruments of torture would be going in these concentration camps. All right, but the most efficient is guillotine. You know, cut the heads off, burn the bodies, bam, there you go. You know, Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. But woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down into you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. So they got to go quick, because they're new world order, man. All right. And this is why we tell you brothers out there, hey, look, when the next attack or whenever the next shutdown or whatever, some type of mass event that takes place on the planet Earth, whether it be in America or an event that's so horrific to shut down the global economy, then this is when they're going to make their move. Okay, you've seen how quick 2020 came. Look, I mean, it was like weeks before that shit hit the side of the world. And we know a lot of it was propaganda, and, a lot of it was fear mongering, but still, they managed to pull it off and a lot of people fell for it. So how much more when they released a deadly pestilence on humanity? Because remember them people that shot the J? Hey, they have a lot of toxins in them, to say the least. And ain't no telling what that's going to do upon some next attack or some type of 5G interruption. We don't know, okay? We don't know what they're going to do, but they show you in movies like The Last of Us, Walking Dead. There's a movie called Cell with John Cusack. But basically, man, these people, they just started going batshit crazy. Okay, even the movie with the crazies when they poisoned the water supply. So it can go which way. But it says here, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. So this man is going to make his move. All right, and the Lord is going to give him the green light, because this is part of prophecy. All right, 2nd Ezra 16 and verses 68, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And we believe that that's that icky vicky, that micro C to the hip. And it says, and they that consent unto them should be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. So they going to say, hey, look, we'll let you up out of here. If you go ahead and you opt into the MOTB, we'll let you up out of here. You go back and you live your life. Hey, you consented to that. Hey, Yahweh Shai is going to roll on you, man. All right. And you're going to get those missiles. So what's better, to get destroyed by their hand or the hands of the Heavenly Father, which technically they're both the hands of the Heavenly Father. But the Lord said, fear not him that's able to kill the body, but fear him that's able to destroy both body and soul in hell. So Yahweh Shai, you have to fear, because really this is his mark. Okay, this is the Lord's doing on the left-hand side. Okay, these elites ain't operating in their own power, jurisdiction. The Most High is giving them, the Lord is controlling them, man. Okay, this is the left hand of the Heavenly Father. So when I think about it, I'm like, oh, this is our power doing this. And if you're good with the Most High, then stay your ass out the way. All right. But it says here, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still sporting and destroying those that fear the Lord. And they're going to be doing that in those FEMA camps. They're going to be doing that door to door. I mean, they're going to execute as many people as they can. Okay. Because remember, they got the dossier on everybody. Like I did a lesson about a month ago titled Chat GTP has a dossier on GMS in all Israelite camps. I did a video about a month ago on that, because I was doing some research on Chat GTP and I was typing us in, and they was pretty accurate, even down to some names. I was like, oh shit, they know what's up. So they got a dossier on everybody, so they know who they want to put in camps and who they can rehabilitate and who's just deemed for execution. And you better believe that they want us dead, all right? Because when you go into Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and I'm going to pull that real quick and go back to that precept. This is the book of Isaiah 13 and 1. It says here, lift ye up the banner upon a high mountain and exalt the voice unto them and shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles, man. All right? So that's the point. The message that we speak, hey, it's got the attention of the elite, so they're going to have to do something, man. All right? And they're going to do whatever it takes to recant on this information we've been bringing out, because at the end of the day, the New World Order, they don't want men like us in their New World Order. And quite frankly, we don't want to fucking be there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to live in their version of a fucking utopian society, man. Can't label women. You can't eat what you got to eat, fucking Franken foods, and you're being constantly monitored all the damn time. They want to come to your house and put something in you every goddamn 2 weeks. That ain't no way to fucking live. You be better off getting your head cut off before you live like a fucking slave, man. A bunch of funny people walking around here with green hair, all that. Nobody wants to live like that, bro. So you know what, man? Hey, we'll take our, whatever it may be, we'll take our execution or, ostracizing or kicking us out of society. Hey, I'll take that shit like a champ, bro. Because honestly speaking, the hell with this damn place. All right? If you're afraid, it's because, you ain't, your faith got to be built up. If you worried about it because you trying to save your life here, fuck this place. Place ain't got shit to offer us, man. It's done a number on our people, man. You should be hastening it for it to be destroyed. You know? So, hey, man. But a headless corpse with a middle finger up to Esau, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if Jacob, I gotta get beheaded, hey, I'm gonna make sure that fucking middle finger goes up on their ass. A headless nigga with a middle finger up with a head wrap on. You know, just making fun of it. But you know, the Lord gonna be with us in that day. And a lot of brothers ain't gonna taste death too. So it's a balance to it. A lot of us ain't gonna taste death. Not on this side. You know, but some of us will. And it is what it is. All right. But anyway, it says here, then they should be known. It says, for they should waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then they should be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire. So, hey, brothers, we in a time of trying. Hey, like a brother said, get down for your crown, man. You want to rule in the next world, and you know, you want to live a magnificent life in the kingdom, which all Israel will. But you want to be known as the ones that went out in faith in Yahushua, man. That stood strong for your faith, man. And like Apostle Gabar said, the elect ain't gonna waver, no matter what. So anyway, I'm gonna end it, giving all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahushua. Lord, will you edify to the next lesson. Shalom.